Hey everyone, welcome back to Collecting Nolan. This is Russ, and today is another mail day where I'm just going to be showing you what I picked up in the last couple of weeks, mostly on eBay. But first, I want to show this. Check that out. I don't know if we can see that, but got a t-shirt. My wife made me a t-shirt for my channel, so I thought that was pretty cool. So new Nolan Ryan t-shirt with my signed ball and my YouTube channel icon, and then Nolan there, and with the Express. I thought that was pretty cool. So happy about that. But let's go ahead and get started. Look at some Nolans. I got quite a few actually to show today. So the first one is this 2018 Donruss. Kind of copying the 1984 Donruss look to it, or so like that card a lot. Pretty sweet. On the back, just has some little bit of stats, not too much there. Panini getting lazy, I guess. They just talk about it as a career total stats. For the next one, I got this Topps Chrome 2024 Galactic Greatness. Nolan sporting the beard there. Not too many pictures of Nolan with a beard. There's the back here. But I thought that was a pretty sweet card. And you know, it's kind of sparkly when you move it around and such. So that's also what caught my eye. So I thought that was a cool card. These next couple were just kind of like things I didn't get yet. So this is from 1989 Topps stickers. So if you remember in my 89, I think, was it the 89 that I went over? Might have been. I was missing a few of these. So this one has Frank Tana and Nolan Ryan on the front. And then this is the Topps one I was missing, the Gino Petralli. I'm also missing the Jose Canseco one. That one's a little bit harder to find. But Gino Petralli was there, so I picked that one up. And then the next few, I might have bought an extra, like a double of one. But here's the Opeachis where that was missing. So again, Nolan, Frank Tana, and then Dwight Evans on the back there with the Opeachy at the top. And then this one has, again, Nolan with Jeff Reardon on the back, Opeachy. So I didn't have that one. And I think this is the double one I have of Dwight Evans and the Opeachy. I don't know how that happened, but oh well. And then I went on kind of like a little bit, I bought a couple Panini cards. This one is a Panini Prism from 2014. Again, sparkly. So that's what caught my attention. And it has like these, at first I was mad because I thought these were like marks on the card, but they're part of the card design. So then I was not mad any longer. But this is number 170. And on the back, it's got a nice picture of Nolan being angry as he throws. And then I got this another Panini Prism, and this one's from 2013, so the year before. And that's a sweet one with Nolan's high leg kick there. Also sparkly. Starting to like the sparkly cards. Number 196. I just wish Panini didn't lose their license. I mean, because they have some pretty sweet looking cards, and it would just be, you know, competition's always a good thing, in my opinion. And with Topps or Fanatics owning the market, you know, just they can do whatever they want. Whereas, you know, it doesn't really give these guys any leeway. But I think these cards are pretty cool looking. So let me know what you guys think. And then I think this is a brand new Topps Heritage. Is this 2025? Oh man, having trouble seeing the year. Oh, there it is. It's like the wrong part. Okay. Yes, this is the new Topps Heritage Nolan. Like that one a lot. On the back there. And these card numbers are getting out of control. This one's 76R2. That's kind of tame compared to what we've run into on the eBay sales show. So I like that card so much, though, that I picked up its cousin, the Refractor Silver. Nothing huge there. It was sparkly, so I wanted to make sure I got that. Back's same. And then I picked up an oldie but goodie, 1977 O-Pee-Chee record breaker that I didn't have yet. And look at the color on that. I love that color. Look at that hat color. The blue sky in the background. That is a sweet card. And it's in pretty good shape. It's pretty well centered for the O-Pee-Chee. Got nice, pretty sharp edges, sharp corners. Couldn't go wrong, I think. On the back, easy to read. You know, with the O-Pee-Chee kind of like this tannish peach color and then the light green on the back. Pretty cool stuff. And it's like, So half of it's in English and then the other half is in, of course, French because it's Canadian. So that was cool. And then going back to some more modern stuff. This is a, what is this? This is a, oh boy, come on. Where are you at? 2005. Upper Deck. And I wish pennants. Upper Deck Pastime Pennants, which I thought was a pretty sweet card. It's got that little emblem at the bottom there. But that is a pretty awesome looking card. Back. And then I kind of went on a Topps gallery run because I just thought they were really cool looking cards and they weren't expensive at all. So I just went on a run here. So here we go. Let's start the run. So this one is 2022. Look at that sparkle. That's a pretty sweet card there. Nice border on it. Good photo of Nolan. Rainbow sparkly. Hey, I'm all in. That's a cool one. So that one's from 2022. And then this one I thought was really cool. Let me show you. Oh, so I can show you this one. So this one's from 2021. Another sparkly one. Sweet card. Love it. And then there's this one, Topps Gallery Masterpiece, which isn't sparkly, but it just has a very cool layout to it that I really like, with the kind of the portrait there and the action shot all in one blended together, kind of like artwork there. I thought that was pretty sweet. This is from 2017. There's the back there. And then I got, this is the last Topps Gallery. This one's really cool too. This one's from 2019. But look at that. That is just beautiful. Masterpiece, I'd say so. That's a pretty awesome card. This image is kind of from a number of cards, prior cards, but it's usually by itself. It's not blended in with this action shot, and it's kind of looks like an art piece to me, so which I think is the whole purpose of Topps Gallery, so that's really cool. And there's the back to that one. So that's the end of Topps Gallery. And then I'll show this one first. This one is the Topps all-time fan favorites from 2004. So I love that card. That's a pretty sweet one there. Uses the old Topps emblem there. In the back. And then probably my favorite card of Nolan's that I picked up for this week anyway is this Topps Tribute from 2002. And I like this one because it's extra sparkly. Look at that one. That is freaking awesome, guys. Boom. All right. And then, if you guys remember, I did some Red Foley stickers. It turns out I already had this, but I didn't have it in my... I didn't see it in my binder when I was putting together the show, so I was mad and I picked up one, but then I looked at my binder again. I'm like, oh, there it is. But this is the blue border. So this was on the cover of the Red Foley magazines. So it's not really a sticker in that regard. It's just the front cover of the sticker book that you could use. And that's the blank back. So, Red Foley. And then finally, for the last Nolan Ryan pickup at least, I picked this up, which is 1992. And these were proofs used to make pins, and I forget what the company name was, but I already have this one by itself, but I didn't have a panel. And you can see that Nolan's teamed with Charles Nagy up here and Frank Viola, and then Junk Wax Hero's favorite pitcher, Jack Morris. Yeah, I picked it up. I didn't remember that I had it, and I definitely don't have the panel, so I'm not too bothered by that. I think it's a pretty sweet pickup, and it wasn't that expensive, so just got it. And these have the blank back to them, like most proofs. And then finally, this is a non-baseball pickup, and I picked it up because I saw like a commercial for the National or something, or I don't know. I was watching stuff about the National coming up, and I'm not going to the National, but they were talking about like autographs and stuff, and I just wanted to see who was all going to be there for autographs, and I was just perusing the list, and I came across a name that I didn't think I'd see, and that is Doug Plank. So Doug Plank, and the reason why I know Doug Plank is because Doug Plank went to my high school way before me, of course, but he went to Norwin High School, and he played football for them. And then he went to, he went to Ohio State. And this guy, he was known for hitting super hard. I remember my coach talking about him when I played football. And when I say played, I mean, I played a lot of bench when I played football. But that, besides the point, like, part of the team, and you still go through all the practices and all the turmoil and all that stuff, to play. So anyway, I just remember our coach talking about Doug Plank and how he one time hit so hard that his helmet split in half. And I just thought that was just crazy to me. But this is when football was played differently, more aggressively. But so then Doug Plank, after going to Ohio State, he actually got drafted by the Bears in 1977. So this is his 1977 rookie card. And I want to say it was Buddy Ryan, who was the defensive coordinator there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was him. And Buddy Ryan, during the 1977 season, Doug Plank actually led the team in tackles for a rookie, which is pretty impressive. But Buddy Ryan named his defense partly because of Doug Plank. He called it the 4-6 defense, meaning he had four down linemen and 6 linebackers. And Doug Plank was really like a free safety by training, but I guess he played a lot. He played linebacker during that time. And I'll post a highlight video of Doug Plank here because he was a beast. He definitely played really hard, and I think his career ended a little bit early because he had like some sort of spinal concussion that made him retire. And now him and his I forget the guy's name, but he's a cohort of his that played for the Bears as well. They're both pretty big on the concussion, chronic traumatic encephalopathy stuff, so like the chronic concussions and stuff. And they're, I think they're both donating their bodies to science whenever they pass or whatever. But, it was just a cool story that I found on YouTube about Doug Plank, and I knew that he went to my high school. And so he wasn't charging much for his autograph, so if you're going to the National, you can pick up his autograph pretty cheap. But I just saw a card on eBay that was his rookie card, and it had Doug Plank, and it had 4-6 defense. I thought that was pretty sweet, and I saw it for a pretty reasonable price, so I just pulled the trigger there because, I don't know, it's just part of history, part of my local history, a hometown hero, if you will. My part of the country is pretty well known for their football heroes, including Joe Montana, to name one, Dan Marino, pick guy, Tony Dorsett, pick guy, Larry Fitzgerald, pick guy, those guys, as well as who else? Johnny Unitas, Joe Namath, those guys, they were all local. So Western Pennsylvania, a good part of the country if you're playing football. But even Rob Gronkowski did a year at Woodland Hills, which is right outside of Pittsburgh. So I think he played his senior year at Woodland Hills before he went on to college and then, of course, to the Patriots. But cool card. I'll show you the back real quick. So not a Nolan, but, just thought it was cool because I was thinking about the National. I saw him that he was going to be at the National sign and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's pretty sweet. So glad to have it in my collection. I think it's a pretty cool card. But that pretty much wraps it up for this Mail Day episode. Let me know what you guys think of those cards. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Thanks. Bye.